All right, so I don't trade on Robinhood. I trade on Webull, and I'm going to show you that setup in just a second. But a lot of you are on Robinhood and you are not switching it. And I get it. Your money's there. That's where you started. And even though it would take 30 minutes out of your time to switch over, you just don't want to deal with it. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull up my actual Webull setup that I've been day trading with for over 3 years now, go through every single widget that I use and tell you exactly what I use them for. And then I'm going to go build that exact same thing on Robinhood Legend. And let's see how close we can get. And real quick, if you're new here, my name is Andrew. I've been a day trader for the past 6 years. I've run one of the biggest trading communities out there, and I've coached thousands of traders in a group setting and hundreds of traders one-on-one. For the past 15 months, I've sat here and back tested over 4,100 small cap breakouts, and through filtering through all of the data, I found 5 setups that have held true and average around a 65 to 70% win rate. In this video, let's get your platform set up for success so you can execute, and then make sure you subscribe to this channel because I break down all of the data and all the strategies that I trade on the daily here on this channel. Now let's dive in. Go to Robinhood.com and go ahead and log in. I haven't logged in the past few years here, but I got 61 bucks here. We'll put a couple practice trades in here and go ahead and head over to Robinhood Legends, which I got right up here, pulled up in another tab. So whenever you log in, you'll probably see a generic option that says stock trading. Over here, you'll be able to see like your account size and your account growth. As you can see, I don't use Robinhood. Down here, you'll have a generic watch list, which I'm sure we can go in and edit. Here in the middle, you should have your charts, which right now it's currently loading. Recent orders on the right-hand side and positions. So what I would do if I was going to trade on Robinhood is I would definitely come up here to the top left-hand corner and go ahead and click on Add New Layout. And I would want to build mine from scratch. So we go to new layout right here. If you right-click it, you can edit the name. So like let's just title this My Custom Layout. Boom. So just type that in. You can name it whatever. And then from there, we want to go over to add widget. Now, if I pull up my Webull account here, you'll see there's many different widgets that I have up here and all of them have a purpose. So let's go through that. But first, let's start off with the first thing here. Just add the chart here in the middle. I mean, this is where I make all of my decisions. This is where I set all of my levels. This is where I track all of my data. So if we go to add widget and we go to add in chart, before I started making this video, I started going through these charts. And honestly, I'm a big fan of the Robinhood charts. Like the Robinhood charts actually are not that bad. So a couple quick things here is on Webull, if you have a mouse pad, if you just roll your mouse pad forward, you should be able to zoom in. If you roll it back, you should be able to zoom out. Same exact way on Robinhood Legends, so I love that. And if I come over here and I just click down on my mouse pad and I pull this down, drag it down, it'll make the candlestick smaller. If I pull that up on the y-axis right there, I can make the candlesticks bigger. So that's perfect. Next thing that I look at immediately is the time frame. I mean, if it doesn't have the right time frames here, this is going to be a complete no-go for me because I need the 5-minute and the 1-minute time frame in order to make decisions because I'm reading everything on the candlesticks. So right here, we have the 1 minute, we have the 5-minute. I mean, you have the 30-second, 1 second that you can go down to as well. And then you have the option to add custom intervals right here. And it looks like you can actually just type in, like you can do minutes, you can do seconds. So if you wanted to add the 10-second, you could go in and add that, click on the add button, and now you got the 10-second. So that's great. We're just going to keep it on the 5-minute time frame right here. And the next thing that I need to double check here on Webull, which is very important, it would be a no-go on Robinhood Legends if they don't have it, is going to be the access to see extended hours. Because for me, like, you know, for example, on JEM right here, this was a stock that I was considering trading today. It made this high at 6:50 p.m. yesterday in after hours. And I set that level right there at 682, and I need to get alerted when these stocks break out above certain levels. And from taking a look at Robinhood Legends here, it looks like it just comes automatic. I don't have an option to just like turn extended hours off. Maybe if I right click and go to settings, but this is fine. I actually want to see all of the price action. And the way you can easily see that is just put your mouse over any candlestick and it says 3:20 a.m. in the morning. So obviously that's going to be extended hours. 4 a.m., 4:05, 4:10 a.m., 4:15 a.m. All of that is pre-market action. If I scroll over here to the right-hand side, find 9:30 a.m. EST, this is when market open right here. The only thing that I don't like, and maybe I can change this if I go to view all chart settings, is going to be display. And then just see if there's an option to turn extended hours to a different color. I really like that. So I'll give you an example here. If I pull up Webull, you can easily turn extended hours. Like I have extended hours turned to gray. That way I just have a clear definition of where after hours and pre-market is and after market is open. And it looks like Robinhood Legend does not have that feature by just easily right-clicking and going on the chart settings. So not a deal breaker for me, but overall, I really do like these charts. Up here in the top left-hand corner, looks like you can click on the buy button and possibly enter a position here. You have all your orders, market, limit, stop limit, trailing stop. You can go through and click on the short option there as well. So that's a decent feature. I don't really use that much. I use the Turbo Trader option over here on Webull. We'll see if Robinhood Legends has this. I mean, this is going to be the big thing for me. I need the buy at ask option so that I can easily get in and out of a stock with one click of a button and pre-market. So I need buy at ask and I need sell bid. That's going to be a big thing for me. But let's move over to the next thing, which is going to be the news profile up here. And this is important. So if you think about it, the chart will tell me what levels to set. The news will tell me why the stock is running. So it's nice to have that on here. And going through before this video, the closest thing that you have is asset insights. But when we add that, you'll see right here that it says no JEM headlines in the last 7 days. But if you come over here to Webull, I know this stock has headlines because over here on Webull, you'll see that 707 Cayman Holdings Limited announced the signing of term sheet to acquire Crucial Innovation. They did drop news, and that was 38 minutes ago. And Robinhood, if you're using Robinhood over here, it's telling you that they have no recent headlines, which is not good, especially if you're trying to trade off of the news. So, that's definitely a downside there. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that widget. It doesn't look like I'd be using that much, very often. So that kind of sucks. Not a complete deal breaker, but that's something that you're going to want as a day trader, especially if you're trading small cap stocks. Next up is going to be profile. Listen, guys, over tracking 4,100 plus breakouts over the past 15 months, I found many things that have a direct correlation to win rate. And where the company is from has a massive direct correlation to win rate. So what I can do over here on Webull is click on profile, and then I'll see the address and I can see what country the stock is from. And that's important because based on what country the stock is from is going to be, I'm going to know where the best place to put my take profit is. So over here on Robinhood Legend, again, just kind of looking at the asset insights, if we add that back, there was no option on there that showed me the address whatsoever. You have summary of the price today. If we go to volatility, I don't see anything. If we see fundamentals, okay, actually I'm wrong. So fundamentals right here. So asset insights, if you go to fundamentals, you'll be able to see that this stock is from Hong Kong. That's great. Okay, you need that. So it'll tell you exactly where the headquarters is. I don't know if it's identical to Webull in all regards as far as, if it shows the headquarters for every stock, but you can easily see that this company is from Hong Kong. So that's good. So you're definitely going to want to have that pulled up here. So what we'll do, and the part that sucks about Robinhood Legend is that I can't just add this to my chart. So, for example, if I go over here to Webull, like profile is in the same kind of group as chart. So if I want to click on it, I just click over right here and then I can just click back the chart. Over here, when I try and do that and I try and add it to like the same group as the chart, it doesn't allow me to do that, which sucks. So what I'll do in the meantime is just put that over here. And then we got to keep it big enough to where it'll show me the headquarters because that's really all I need this for. So I'll just make it there, and then I can see the headquarters down here in the bottom right. We'll keep that there in the bottom right. Let's move this over a little bit. We want to move this all the way to the left. And honestly, I might have to make this a little bit smaller since they don't give you the option to group it, which is kind of, it's not a deal breaker, but it does suck. So let's go over back to Webull here. And then I have the option to have a messages tab. So if I ever hear an alert go off, but I don't get to see the pop-up for whatever reason if I'm busy, I can come over here to the messages tab and you can see all of the alerts that have went off, which is are very important to my trading because I need to know when stocks are breaking above certain levels. So if we come to Robinhood Legend, and let's say, for example, I wanted to set an alert on JEM, I'd probably take a horizontal line. This is what I do on Webull. And then from there, right click on the line, and then it gives you the option to add the alert at $7.99. Now, the big problem that I see here is that we have rise above target price, cross the target price, falls below. I would use rise above target price, and then you have the option to customize whatever price you want it to be. I wonder if this actually alerts in pre-market and after hours, because on Webull, one thing that you have to do if you go in and you set an alert on a stock, for example, if I right click and I go to create alert at that level, right here, you have the option that goes into news and movement, and you have to click on include extended hours, which is very important because if a stock breaks out in pre-market, I need to know. I need to get alerted as soon as that happens. I'm not sure if that will actually alert you in pre-market and after hours trading, but that's something that you can test out. But it looks like you do have the feature to set alerts. If it works during pre-market and after hours trading, then honestly, that's perfect. Let's go back over to Webull here. The only other thing that I see is like Even if I can set an alert, I don't see a widget where I can easily go in and see all of my alerts here, which sucks because if an alert goes off and I missed a little pop-up, then I won't easily be able to go back and identify exactly what alerts went off. If I come up here to the top right, it just says what's new. Okay, actually right here in the top right-hand corner, go to the bell. You'll be able to see all of your alerts right here, which is nice. Okay, so if you, so that's exactly what I would do. I would set my alerts. If they go off and for whatever reason I missed them, come up here to the bell notification top right-hand corner. You'll be able to see all of your alerts. Okay, so far not too bad. So we went 2 for 4 in my first section. We had the chart, or we went 3 for 4, excuse me. We were able to see the address or where the company is from. We were able to see our alerts. The only thing that it doesn't have here is news, which isn't a deal breaker for me. I can easily go to Yahoo Finance, or I can just search the news up on a different platform. That wouldn't be too bad. Now over here is very important. I need a list of the top gainers in the market right now. And this is super important because this is a list of possible stocks that I would trade. I want to be trading the stocks that are moving the highest percentage for the day. So let's go over here to Robinhood Legend and we'll go to add widget. And then from there, let's go ahead and click on watch list right here. And then for watch list, there should be an option to go through and edit this. So let's do new watch list. And I'm just going to title this top gainers maybe. And then let's go to edit. Actually, let's delete widget. And I actually think that it's going to be scanner. So let's click on scanner here. Yep. This is going to be the one. And then you have the daily gainers list. So if we take a look right here, it says NCPL, AIXI, DAIC. Let's compare that over to Webull. NCPL, AIXI, DAIC. Okay, that lines up perfect. Okay, I'm starting to get everything that I need here. Now over here on the right-hand side, a couple things that I need to easily be able to identify is going to be the market cap and the free float. Now I can see the market cap right here, but I can't see the free float. So if I go to customize columns right here, just going through this, you can go through and toggle on whatever you want on or what you want off. I don't need to see the relative volume. I don't need to see the asset type. And then, yeah, this was the option that I was playing around with. I went to shares float. And if I turn that on, you'll be able to see the float right here. And to give you an example though, NCPL, it says the float is 7.3 million. If I pull up NCPL right here on Webull, it's saying the free float is 4.3 million. So I'm not 100% sure if they mean free float when they put share float. Most of the time it would just say free float here. And free float is very important. It has a massive direct correlation to win rate. I make a lot of my decisions based off what the free float is. Like, for example, I really needed to be below 10 million to go for a 15% take profit from all of the data that I back tested. And basically going through here, you'll see that the free float is a little bit different for each one of these stocks compared to Webull. When this is really the hard stop for me, which is a no-go. Like for example, DAIC, it says 881,000. Coming back over here to Webull, DAIC, it says 692,000. So the free float is being reported differently over here on Webull compared to Robinhood. And that's a problem for me because after backtesting over 4,100 plus breakouts, I tracked all of that data on the Webull platform. So if Robinhood is showing different market cap, different free float, then all of my data is useless at that point because I'm just trading stuff off of completely different data than what Webull is showing. So that's a problem. Now, if you're not using my strategies, then you do have the option to see free float and volume. I would just say out of the two different brokers, from what I know, with Webull having more options to tools and things like that for day traders, I'm going to go ahead and make the assumption that Webull is probably a bit more accurate and actually getting all of this as close to possible as the exact free float and the exact market cap. So that's kind of a hard stop for me, but we'll keep going here. Let's go down to the next widget. The next widget is going to be quotes. Now quotes is nice because I can easily take a look at the free flow. I can take a look at the market cap. I can see the price of the stock here. So for us over here on Robinhood Legends, that would really be just your asset holdings right here. You can see the price right here at $6.76. It was halted right here, so that's all good. Let's go back over to Webull. Next up, watch list. Honestly, I can delete that. Screeners, I can delete that. I can delete all three of those. I don't use those. Now, the next big thing is going to be order book and level 2 data. When I was going through Robinhood Legends, you don't have the option for level 2, which is crazy for a trading platform to not have access to level 2. And the reason why this is so important is this is going to give you a better idea of what the bid and ask is. It's going to show you where certain big orders are located at. So I can easily see right here at 73 cents there is a sell order on the ask at 10,189 shares. Some traders use this to make decisions. For me, more than anything, what I use the order book for is the NBBO data, which gives me the most up-to-date candlesticks for the opens and closes. And then also too, it will tell me the halt prices. So for example, on NCPL, I know if the stock goes down to 57 cents, it will get halted to the downside. And if it gets if it gets up to 86 cents, it'll get halted to the upside. And if a stock is halted, it'll tell me what the expected open is. Over here in Robinhood Legends, you don't have access to that. And just remember, trading is a player versus player game. So you're going to want to trade with the most information as possible. And over here on Robinhood Legends, you just don't have that option for level 2 data, which is kind of crazy. Maybe they'll add it here in the future. But again, that just makes this a hard no for me. I need to be able to see the halt up and halt down prices. And also for my strategy, I'd love to be able to see exactly where the stock is expected to open up after it does get unhalted. So that really makes it a no-go. But let's keep coming down here. Down here, we have classic trade and we have the turbo trader options down here. So if I was going to come over to Robinhood Legends and set this up, you go to add widget, guys, and you don't have a trade option, which means the only way for you to go in and trade right here is to come up here in the top left-hand corner and hit the buy button. And we can do that. And then also too, when you hover your mouse over the chart here, you can put, just click on the add button right here and you can click on buy limit. And this will set you up for a limit order. So we can just, put an example right here. So you can see I have a limit buy order down here at 561. If I want to cancel that, I can just hover my mouse over and click on the cancel button. We'll come up here to the left-hand corner. I mean, it's pretty quick execution on that. If I want to come to market order and just get filled immediately, click buy market. We'll do one share, buy JEM here and market order. Boom, almost got filled immediately. And then from here, one of the biggest things that I want to see is being able to do a stop loss and a take profit. And from what I can see over here, I don't have the option to go in automatically with a stop loss and a take profit, which is another big problem. For example, over here on Webull, I can come over here to the Turbo Trader feature and have my stop loss and take profit set and send everything in as a group order, which is so important because when you get into small cap stocks that are moving fast, you want to be protected to the downside as soon as you get into a trade. So I can submit a group order and it'll fill me at the current price and automatically set my take profit and my stop loss based on what I put down here in these boxes. So my stop loss would be set at 20% in this case, and my take profit would be 15% in this case. Over here on Robinhood Legends, we don't have that option to put in a group order, which means like right now, I'm currently down in this stock and I don't have a stop loss. But if you are trading here and you want to set a stop loss, it looks like the easiest way is to click on stop right there. And then now I have to type in the quantity. And then I have to put my stop price. Let's just go ahead and put it down here at 5.60. But now you can see I'm having to go through and click on multiple different buttons and click on sell GEM. And now I have a stop loss down here at 560. And if I want to go through and adjust that, I can click down on it and just drag it to where I want it to be. So let's just put it up here at 609. We'll put replace order there at 609. So it's not too hard. It just takes way more time. Like if you're a day trader that's making a decision on the 1 minute and 5 minute time frames, this really makes it a no-go for you overall as a platform, guys. And this is really why I recommend Webull, because it's going to give you access to more options. And remember, trading is a player versus player game. But if you want to go in and you want to set a take profit, you would click on limit order, or why is it not even letting me set a limit order here? So if I hover my mouse over this and try and set a limit order, it's not even letting me set a take profit here. A limit order would be my take profit. So if I click on X here to cancel that stop loss order, it will let me set a limit price, which would be my take profit. So let's say I wanted to take profit at $8. I would type in $8 here. Trading session extended hours, sell JEM. And now I have a limit sell at $8. But now it's not letting me set a stop loss. When I hover over it, it says you don't have any JEM available to sell. I guess that's because I have this take profit order, but that's a problem because again, over on Webull, it'll have my stop loss and my take profit set, and it's just whichever one gets hit first. So let's test something out here. Let's see if we can just close out our position. Can't easily close out the position. I'm trying to click on that X right now and it's not going through, which means I have to first cancel this order right here. And then I have to go in and hit this X button and then sell market 1, sell JEM. Okay, and now I'm out of the trade here. But as you can see, that is a massive problem. So it's like you either got to pick one, stop loss or take profit. And so, I mean, I guess if I was stuck on Robinhood and I couldn't switch over and I wanted to day trade on Robinhood really bad, the way I would have to do this is, and pre-market would almost be a no-go for me. But if I was trying to get filled in pre-market, I'd have to go to buy, limit order, type in the exact price. So like, for example, let's say a stock is moving fast to the upside and I put my buy limit order in, let's just say at $5.60. And I put buy JEM, it's going to put that limit buy order there. But let's say the stock is a little bit above that now and I want to get filled immediately. I'd have to drag that up really close to the price, click on replace order, and then boom, hope I get filled. And that's how I would have to do it in pre-market. And then of course, you don't have the option to easily sell at bid like you do over on Webull. So on Webull in pre-market, if I want to sell all of my position, all I have to do is come over here and click on the sell at bid button right here, guys. And it's going to completely sell 100% of my position, one click of a button. If I want to do that over here on Robinhood, I would have had to go in, hit the sell limit, put in the exact price, which is a lot of work, guys. And you're going to miss out on a lot of moves if you have to do that. Now, if I was trying to get in during market hours, again, I would just go in with a buy market. And then another thing here is that you have to put in a share count here, which sucks because over here on Webull, you have the option where you can just go in with a certain dollar amount. And this is great for me because I like to stay consistent in my position sizing. So just coming over here and, typing in dollar amount and being able to type in the exact dollar amount that I want to go into a trade just makes it so much easier to stay consistent. Over here, you have to type in the amount of shares. So if I type in like 10 shares right here, it'll tell me the estimated cost right here. But again, like you got to do math inside of your head and it's just going to take you a little bit longer. So that again makes it a hard no for me. But let's just keep going. So if we go down here, the big things that it's missed out on thus far is the order, the level 2 and the NBBO data to get the most up-to-date candle closes and opens and the halt prices for the up and down. And then it has no classic trade widget that you can add over on the right-hand side. You only have the option on the left-hand side of the chart. You have no turbo trader option, so you cannot get in and out in pre-market with one click of a button. Hell, you can't even do it in market hours. You also cannot submit a group order with a stop loss and a take profit. And it looks like over on Robinhood Legends, it only allowed me to set either a stop loss or a take profit. It would not allow me to set both, which sucks. So at this point, guys, what I'm going to recommend is that you just don't use Robinhood Legends at all. I would recommend that you take the time. It takes about an hour to switch over to Webull. If you're interested in doing that, here's exactly how you buy and sell stocks on Webull, the way I've been doing it for the past 3 years. And this video right here is going to show you exactly how to set up that platform. Go check those out, and I'll see you in the next video.